Hi, this is probably a slightly shorter video, part 5. Part 4, just a quick recap, was all about the staff and the challenges with staff, challenges with margin, the automation or the over-automation, and some of the frustrations with clients, though of course we love them. What we want to do in this part is just really talk about some of our expansion plans, and that's a 4-pronged expansion strategy: geography, margin, range of services, and a range of products that we sell. And I'm just going to run quickly through these. I think not every business may need to do this. I think our challenge is a semi-rural area, therefore we need to expand the geography. Also, out of town, there's not as many well-off people. The margins are thin, therefore we need to expand the services and the range of services, and curating the products is a way of doing that. I think if you're probably starting off in a bigger city or a bigger town, these are things that you may not need to do quite as early as us. We've only really seriously started to do these or plan these things after 6 months, but it could well be 1 or 2 years if you even need to go there at all. So the geographic expansion is we're near the town of Daventry, which is nothing special, typical provincial sort of tier 2 city, nothing special about it like an Oxford or a Bristol or a Cambridge or anything like that, and a little bit run down in parts. Certainly there's some money around, and there's lots of really nice villages 3, 5, 10 miles away. That brings its challenges in terms of travel and cost, though there is parking. So we're definitely looking to expand into the towns nearby, which are probably 30 minutes drive away. So Rugby, Banbury, Southam, Northamptonshire, Brackley, sort of in that ring, which, as I say, is probably 10-15 miles radius of where we are, to give us enough people, I think, and also it does allow us in those towns to recruit more people, because there's a few more students there, there's more working people than there is in the rural areas where there is an awful lot of retired people. And if we move into one of these regions, our plan would be that we would have a regional manager stroke supervisor in charge of most of the operations there, whilst we're acting as the sort of head office, doing some of the marketing and the processes and paying for the advertising and things like that. So we'd want to put a manager in charge, and of course then the other model is that could become a franchise. So we see that as being important. The next one, as I've touched on a couple of times already, is to move into the higher margin products, and I think this is where the machine is going to come in. For instance, the carpet cleaning machine, I think, is probably the obvious one, maybe window cleaning. So we need to investigate that further, but again, we're competing with the homeowner, and they can take a cloth and a brush and a vacuum cleaner and do pretty much the same as us. So we want to have some higher value equipment. We can offer higher value services. I also think, given we can get some good clients, and we've definitely had some good clients that pay us on time, they don't complain, and they've got big houses usually, and maybe we could clean more of the outside as well as the inside, do the ovens, do the garden, do the cars, and so that's definitely part of our plan. It's all going to be driven by finding the right people in the right area. Now, for the gardening, the cars, and probably the outside, we're likely to do those as basically self-employed contractors, really, where we just say, look, here's an opportunity, go and do an assessment, quote including our margin, and we'll manage the collection and the invoicing and all that sort of good stuff, and we're obviously finding the leads in the first place, so they should take a slightly lower rate than they would normally get. So I think that's a good way to expand the business. When it comes to the indoor cleaning, then we're definitely doing that as employees. And then the final one is I want to go and sell products ultimately, and that may be our own label, but in the short term, just probably a curated Amazon channel where we sell all of the products that we use to ensure that, again, our clients have the right sort of products, though we tend to provide our own at this stage. If we go and sell in the cities, then maybe a slightly different thing due to the challenge of parking and moving stuff around. So really fairly short one this time, and that's really our four-pronged expansion strategy. The other one I haven't mentioned that probably touched on earlier was maybe we could move into commercial, but I think that just has a very different sort of feel, different people, different hours, and I'm not sure personally we want to do it, though I know many people move into that or do that as well in their cleaning business journey. So that's it. Thank you very much. In the next section we'll give you some demos of the products, but I'm going to stop this one now.